Hey guys, it's Alyssa, and this video is going to be a little darker than my normal videos, so if you're somebody who can't really handle this kind of topic, then I advise you to click off of this video and go to my more positive videos, like my rant about reality shows. You can go check that out. Basically today we're going to be talking about unsolved mysteries and disappearances of people, because there's so many stories that honestly people just forget about, but they're so relevant, and some of these people can still be out there. You know, they're conspiracies, they're things that people think about from time to time and wonder, what happened to this case? They just remain unsolved. This first story is about the Sauter family. It was Christmas Eve, 1945, and this couple, George and Janine, had 10 children, 9 of which were living in their home, and 5 of those children decided, hey, it's Christmas Eve, let's hang out downstairs, stay up a little bit later while mom and the rest of the kids go to sleep. So they asked their parents if they can go to bed a little bit later that night because, you know, it's a special occasion, and they agreed. So the children stayed up a little bit later. But then Janine was awakened by a phone call, at sometime early in the morning. She answers it, nobody's there, so she just assumes, it's a prank call. Goes back to bed. A few hours later, she is awakened by this huge fire going on in her home. And it's pretty random because nobody was cooking anything. It wasn't like anything was running. These were little kids downstairs. There was nothing that you could think of that could have caused it. So the whole house is up in flames, and her and the 4 children who had been sleeping, and her husband, all of them, they all managed to escape the house. But mysteriously enough, the 5 kids who stayed up a little bit later, who you'd think would conveniently already be awake during all this and would be able to get out, are nowhere to be found. So Janine and George are going around, and they're obviously where are you guys? Trying to get all their kids out of the house. But it just so happens that these kids that were up late were just gone. They escape and everything, and it's just deemed that the house fire caused fatalities of these 5 children. But there's a lot of conspiracy, because some people, including the parents, believed that it was possible that the fire was planted as a way to distract the family and the police and everything, distract them while they can kidnap these 5 young children. It seems like a very possible thing that could have happened, because if you think about it, they got away with it. It's unsolved, and it's from the 1940s. For the children, there was no traces of them. There was no DNA found in the house that could have linked them to being dead or alive. There was nothing. They just vanished. So it's very possible that they could have been abducted because of all the suspicious things that happened that night, as you know, they should have been able to escape the house, or at least should have been able to hear them oh, we're coming, or something like that, you know what I mean? But just gone. And it's a bit suspicious that the mom received a phone call, and then it's just a random fire, and these kids are gone. And a few years later, they found bones, 6 small bones that were close to the house, but there was no evidence of any fire damage. So it's possible that they were kidnapped and killed, and who knows, but there was nothing that, could have linked that to the fire. And it seems likely that they could have either lived a few more years and, in this kidnapper's home, or maybe they died in the fire, or maybe they didn't and the kidnapper killed them. We don't know. And these kind of things kind of boggle your mind, what happened? So it's definitely it's a sad case, because all these children, Christmas Eve, it should be woo, presents, and instead it's where's my kid? On to the next story. The next case is on Margaret Kilcoyne, who was 50 years old at the time of the disappearance. She's a cardiologist at Columbia University, and it's said that she recently made a discovery, and she went grocery shopping and bought $650 worth of groceries that day, and then $250 on liquor. And then when her brother went to wake her up for Sunday church, she was nowhere to be found. He saw her boots there, and strangely enough, her jacket in the closet, like it usually is. So he was like confused and afraid that maybe she committed suicide or something weird happened, and he got kind of scared. So the police searched and stuff, and they found in a spot that had already been searched, they looked again, and they found her passport, some sandals, her checkbook, her banking information, and just a bunch of random stuff that obviously belonged to her in this neat little pile. Her brother thinks that she like walked off into like an ocean and drowned herself. But it's unsaid and it's unsolved. So this story creeped me out a bit because it's like, imagine somebody just disappearing. Like where'd you go? Our next case is the case of Zeb Quinn. So 18-year-old Zeb Quinn was said to have left in his car to look at this new car with his coworker, Robert Owens. So they were going to meet up and look at this car and check it out, and Owens wanted to see maybe this was going to be his new car. But supposedly what happened was Zeb was on the way when Owens called and was like, yo, like I can't go right now, like let's do this another time or something like that. That was the last time anyone's ever heard of Quinn because he is missing. Supposedly the coworker a few days after the incident called Zeb's work and was like, I can't come in today, I'm sick, and was pretending to be Zeb Quinn. But the manager knew that there was something off and that it wasn't him, so he alerted authorities. And a few weeks later, Quinn's car was found in a parking lot with a mouth drawn with lipstick in like the back of the car and a live puppy inside. He's been gone ever since, not found, but Owens has been charged with the murder of a couple somewhere else, so now they're looking into him being a possible suspect for the killing of Quinn as well. So seems likely that that was the case, but it's just kind of unusual how the whole situation happened and the results, what they found in the car, I thought a little strange. Anyways, that's all the time we have for today, and catch you guys later. Hope you guys had a spooky time with me. See you guys on the flip side. Oh, and subscribe and like, please. Bye.